Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disabilities Redefined with Dr. Wagner. I am Dr. Truett Wagner.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Delonzo, graduate of Queens College.
Now, on this episode of Disabilities Redefined, we're going to watch a new documentary called Defining Proud Disability Identities. We've worked very hard on it, so I'm excited, Jessica.
Take it away.
Yep, that's right. Take it away.
A lot of these people, and it's wonderful. Like, I have a meetup on Saturday.
My name is Selena Leroy. I am an artist and art teacher. I graduated from Brooklyn College with a master's in art education. And I recently just had a portrait show called Defining Beauty, and it's centered around people with facial differences and birthmarks and disabilities, and showcasing them through portraiture and also interviews. I want people to see others who have disabilities or facial differences in a new light, and instead of seeing it as some kind of flaw, seeing what they have as beautiful, and doing that with portraiture and interviews. So when I interview someone, I want them to tell their story and really cast a new light on what it looks like to look different. Because the fact is, so many people with facial differences are victims of hate crimes or bullying, social exclusion, and that is solely based on the way they look versus anything that they've done. I think the most powerful art is one that also has meaning to it and is trying to seek change in the community. So art and activism is like totally intertwined, and you can't have one without the other. Go towards the things that scare you, because that's how you'll grow as a person. If you're scared of something, then that probably means it's the one thing you need to work on. So if you are intimidated by talking in front of people, that should be what you work on the most to get better at. And once you're able to conquer that, you're like, wow, I did it, then you can like go towards the next thing. Sammy, thank you, Sammy. So my boyfriend Sammy has helped me so much with this project. He's like behind the scenes. When I'm interviewing people, he's there holding the camera. If I need a canvas gessoed, he's got me. So thank you, Sammy. Always, yeah.
So like when I was showing intelligence, people were like, you can't be disabled and intelligent.
So my name is Yasser Saleh, and I'm currently attending the Newmark J School, the Graduate School of Journalism for CUNY. Hey, listen, I have I have a voice, and I think my voice, if I don't feel like I'm heard, I let it know. So I don't want to cast any kind of like standard where people have to try to be like me because Yasser did it. Doesn't mean that you have to do it the way I did it. You could do it the way you did it, you know? Like a lot of people don't understand this, but this is really simple, but at the same time complex, is you have to get started. Like, it might be an intro course, it might be an article you read, but you just have to get started. Once you get introduced to a program, you go to orientation, you talk to people, you get more comfortable, you get more, relaxed, and then you get into things. Like, you know who you are if you're disabled, you know your limitations, and knowing your limitations is a big part of everything. Because you have to know how much you're exerting yourself, because no one knows you more than you know yourself. And I think that's what helped me the most in my life up until this point, and especially as a student, is I'm advocating for myself constantly because I have a strong personality.
I love Selena Leroy. She is very successful, as you are too. And she said something that really, I think, is a very powerful message when she says, go toward the things that scare you.
I couldn't agree more with her. If you don't go towards what scares you, you'll always be stuck at where you are, and you won't know what the other side is.
But also, Yasa, pretty powerful himself, very smart guy. You've got to start it. You've got to start to finish. Yeah.
Yes. If you don't start, you won't know what the finish line is. You know, the challenges that you will encounter towards the finish line will be all worth it if you see the future and you do what you love. Do what makes you happy.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
this is your life, not anyone else's life.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Always think about yourself. You're not being selfish, you know. No one's opinion matters, because if you listen to others and what they have to say about your path, you're never going to get anywhere in life. So do what you love, do what you're passionate about, and do what makes you happy.
Change our lives! Who's on the march? Change our lives! Who are we? CCSD!
My name is Kira Waderholtz. I am at the QCC Queensborough Community College campus, and I am studying psychology. There's a level of just be communicative with your professors. I'm not saying hey, tell them your whole life story. You don't need to do that. But just being honest if hey, something came up, or sending them an email ahead of time if you're worried about, they're generally willing to work with you. If you feel like your experience can help someone else, whether it's to understand their own experience or to bridge a gap, then I think that brings value in and of itself. You can't be afraid of it. You can't be ashamed of it either. Yeah. I know there's a lot of self-shaming that goes into it. I have done it to myself so many times. You gotta give yourself a little bit of grace sometimes.
My name is Manuel Puma. I go to Queensborough Community College, and my major is psychology. Whether it's my blindness, or whether it's my interest in psychology, just being able to meet amazing people that share my experiences or things I like. I love learning about new assistive technology to help me with those challenges that I may go through. So honestly, I don't think those. I always find a workaround. There's nothing too challenging that I can't think of a solution for.
So my name is Leonard Blades. The degrees that I've been fortunate to have received from CUNY are my bachelor's in psychology from Brooklyn College, where I got my start. And then I've been to the CUNY School of Professional Studies, where I've received the master's in disability services and higher education degree, and then the advanced certificate in disability studies. And now I'm currently pursuing the MA in disability studies at this time. Just from my perspective, in terms of what makes a successful student, for starters, the ability to adapt, because we've seen just from our own perspectives that sometimes plan A doesn't always work out.
Hello everybody, my name is Pedro Padilla. I'm from Hostos Community College and my major is liberal arts, but I want to become a Spanish actor telenovela. Well, I want to give a big shout out to my math tutor, Miss Lisa, because she has a lot of patience with me, because on my first and my second semester, it was horrible. I have trouble doing a lot of math and all of that. And when I went to tutoring, she helped me to get better and better, getting good grades in my math. And I was a little scared because I feel like nobody will like you. Like, it was hard me to fit with others. Do not let nobody to push you down. Whatever dreams you have, you can reach it. Doesn't matter if they talk about you. Like, don't put mind, because there'll be a little person who will be jealous, or they want to put you down, like that you don't belong here. So that's one advice I want to give people who are different.
Now what is it like being the mascot?
It was good. I love it. There was a lot of people, and they were smiling, taking photos and all of that. That's make me feel, wow, there's a lot of people with different like me, and that's make me happy. Now I have a lot of friends.
Hi, my name is Carmen Chocolat. I'm a student at Kingsborough Community College. I'm majoring in computer information system. Be part of a club that you support and they support you too. I think CCSD has a big part of me, because it's also helped me to not be shy around people, but to be myself. That made me who I am right now as a student, as a leader.
Now, did you have a favorite professor at Queens College?
I did, Professor Ferrara. She always really saw me for me. And she was the first professor that didn't let my disability define me. And she helped me become my own person. I always was very shy, and she made me realize that I actually have a lot of potential.
Sounds like a great professor to me. Absolutely. And, you know, I do keep saying the City University of New York's best and brightest. And I think that we have some great professors as well working at the City University of New York. So let's meet one of those professors and counselors now, Dr. Suzanne Jones.
Because they have a better sense, it's not a shame. They don't carry the burden of shame in saying that I have a disability. They come and say, this is who I am. And now that you know who I am, now what am I going to do about it? And then we just give them the support. So I don't push my students to say, oh, you have to do this in 2 years, 3 years. Every student is different. And I think if the staff and faculty are supportive and open and understanding of students with disabilities and students without disabilities, I think any student can succeed. They're happy with who they are, and they're going to live their best lives. They're going to live meaningful lives. So I'm happy with that.
What's going on in your life now? Because you are one of our great students that we are so proud of. I hear you've got a podcast that's doing quite well with a very fun name. This is what's going on with this podcast and the name?
So I recently started a podcast called Sit Happens.
Okay, say it one more time.
Sit Happens.
Sit Happens is in S-I-T.
Yes.
Okay,
S-I-T.
let's get that out there.
As you can see, I use a wheelchair, so it's a play on words.
Absolutely, I love it.
Where I will be talking about my life and other people with disabilities, as well as just educating people about disability and appropriate language and debunking ableists.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, we still have 2 more students, 2 more featured students, and then they're going to send us away. Hello, Eliana. Give us a wave.
So my name is Eliana Beth Lopez. I'm currently enrolled at CUNY SPS, and my major is Disability Studies in the bachelor program. No, you should know by now what you need assistance with. Like, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's perfectly okay. The professors want you to talk to them. They want you to ask questions. So my advice for someone who is a non-traditional age going back to school, do it. There's no time like the present. If there's something that you feel like you need to do, going back to school just happens to be one of them, do it. And make sure you ask questions, ask for help when you need it, take time off when you need it. You know, they say work hard but play hard as well, you know. But, you know, don't not do it, you know, because it can open up a whole door of opportunities that you don't even know you could be available to you.
Hi. So my name is Lanine Jacob. I am a student at the CUNY School of Professional Studies, CUNY SPS, and I also work at CUNY Hostels Community College. I am working on my bachelor's in disability studies right now. I think that you're gonna walk into almost any campus at any university in the country, and you're gonna have that feeling of feeling alone because you haven't found your tribe, because you haven't connected with your classmates, because you haven't figured out what events were going on with the Office of Student Life, because you haven't reached out to your disability office to see what connections they could help you navigate. You know, we come in sometimes and we want to sit in the back of the classroom and we don't want to talk to anybody and we just want to get in, get out, do our work and be done. But the reality of the matter is that if you don't talk to your classmates, you're not going to know what challenges you're facing that are quite similar to the challenges they're facing. I'm able to connect with the professors. They make the time. They are supportive. They will work around your schedule if need be to accommodate you. And what I really appreciate more so than anything is that they understand that you are human, that things come up, and granted, they're not being flexible in an unreasonable kind of way, right? But they are extremely flexible because they want to see you succeed. My ultimate goal hasn't been written. It hasn't been written. I want to see how much I can help. I want to see how far I can take it. And I know that I'm in a place where I'm supported and where my future matters. And so if I end up in a place where I don't yet see, I will be happy.